I'm Craig Collins from What the Warehouse Show, and we're here at Kosher Fest with Dolly. Dolly and her sister Amber run
Pure Southern Honey.
Pure Southern Honey. It's amazing to have you on the show. Thank you, Dolly, for coming on. Tell us about your company and how it started and what you're doing now.
For sure. So thank you for having me first. Our company, Pure Southern Honey, is a company that provides raw, unfiltered honey to companies across the United States. We sell directly to the consumer or the customer, as well as we have over 500 retailers across the United States. And the way our company kind of come about, my sister Amber and I are actually fourth generation beekeepers. Beekeeping has been in our family for years. And about 3 years ago, we had the idea to take it retail and share the sweetness of our honey across the United States.
So you're actually a beekeeper? You put on the whole gear and you smoke out the bees?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have some really cool family photos back in the archives of spending our summers as kids working with our dad in the bees, and even our grandfather, who's passed now, but having memories of working those bees with him. So
amazing. Yeah. Well done.
For sure.
So it's pure honey, raw honey. So I have to do a taste test. Okay, and I may not be talking afterwards, so while I do this, tell us about where your sort of primary business is and the market that you're addressing.
Absolutely. So our operation is actually located in South Georgia, and our honey is predominantly made off of the wildflower in South Georgia known as the Gallberry. And the Gallberry makes a very sweet honey, as you can tell. It packs a punch for sure. And Gallberry is also known for having a longer shelf life because the honey is less likely to crystallize versus some other types of honey. And we actually, in the spring of this year, became OU Kosher certified. And so we're here at the show trying to tap into the kosher market. By nature, honey is kosher.
Sure.
And so we are trying to tap into that market.
What is the typical shelf life?
Honey has a pretty long shelf life. Actually, there's no true expiration date for honey if it's stored correctly. So somewhere cool and a good medium temperature, if you will.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so obviously this is a What the Warehouse show. So one of the things that I'm exploring are the challenges that you've got in warehousing and operations in general. So obviously supply chain is not a problem. You may have the packaging problems, but the bees are there. Right?
Yes.
No supply chain problem with the bees.
That's right.
Now, your warehouse is in southern Georgia, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Is it different there to anywhere else in the world? Why are you just there because that's where the bees are?
So one of the neat things about where we're located, a lot of people, depending on where they're located, the weather can affect the storage, just like I said, the crystallization if it's too hot or too cold. And thankfully we're in a place where we have mild winters, not harsh winters, so that helps. But you mentioned something about the bees and having plenty of those. Beekeeping is a lot like farming. We depend heavily on the weather. If we have a colder winter or some kind of natural disaster that may take place, especially being in the South, that can affect the amount of honey that the bees make. And as I said earlier, we started this taking it retail a couple years ago, and we've definitely experienced some growing pains because we didn't understand the true desire and the market that we were stepping into. So we have been exploring issues of expanding because we're running out of space, storage, all those things. So that is something that we're looking at on the business side.
It's wonderful to see because everyone that has sat in this chair is sort of talking about growth pains, not pains because of retraction of economy because of inflation. It's growth pains, and it's really encouraging that everyone is seeing this growth.
It is.
Yeah. And obviously that brings with it the pains of expanding. Now, when you have a warehouse, when you have a supply chain, you either throw more people at it or you put better processes. So have you done anything in terms of applying technology both to your manufacturing processes as well as your warehousing processes?
Yes, we have. So when we started out, every single product that come out of our business was hand labeled. And hand packaged, and of course with the growing pains had to come a labeling machine, some of those simple things that you don't think about. And we've also had to transition the way that we ship using different companies for our shipping and everything, because it went from a few orders a day to we're shipping everywhere. So it's a good problem to have for sure.
Do you do a direct to consumer e-commerce type of solution as well?
Yes. So we sell. We have a website, but then we also sell through Fair, Amazon, Etsy, and some of those types of places as well.
That's also really interesting because it brings a challenge in the supply chain and in the warehouse that you're not only, we call it omnichannel, but you're not only dealing with these large orders for distribution, but you're dealing with a customer like myself who wants sort of 20 straws.
It's very interesting too, because our consumers, sometimes you order something off of Amazon, for example, and you think that you're dealing with this huge corporation. We're a very small business and we're selling all over the United States, and a lot of people don't realize when they message our business through Instagram or Amazon or Instagram or something like that, they're dealing directly with myself or my sister. And so that's really interesting when they get a quick response. They're like, wow.
Exactly.
And that's part of what we pride ourselves in, is offering quality products as well as quality service as well. So
that's the beauty about dealing with the founders, is that you're really invested in delivering that service. And as the business grows, it's so difficult to get the culture of the organization to reflect the founders.
Yes, and our desire is to reflect gourmet, high quality products, not something that you would just go buy at the grocery store for some cheap price, but that also people get the feeling of family with us, we want people to understand how our product started, and the natural part of it. So
that's amazing. Thank you. So in the warehouse itself, how many people do you have working in your warehouse?
So on staff, we only have, this is going to blow your mind, 5 people total. Pure Southern Honey is made of 5 people. On any given day, you may go into our warehouse and you'll see my sister Amber, the owner of the company, packing your order that's shipped out. And so it's touched by hands of the owner, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
I think this is the essence of what business in America is supposed to be about. You create a business and you put your efforts into it and you make it happen.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
As you grow, obviously you're going to need to expand that warehouse. You're going to have to expand it. And the key is getting the culture right.
That's right.
Keep that Southern culture, keep that passion.
Yes.
And I must tell you, okay, I want you to repeat the word honey a couple of times. Come on.
Honey.
I love the way that did you say honey?
Honey.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to say water.
So, well done on your product, well done on where you're going with it, and it's really a good story to hear.
For sure. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.